The Caribbean, with its lush landscapes and vibrant cultures, became a complex battleground during the Cold War as global superpowers sought to extend their influence in the region. This article explores the multifaceted role of the Caribbean in the ideological struggle between the United States and the Soviet Union, the quest for regional independence, and the lasting impact of Cold War dynamics on the island nations. Strategic importance and the Cuban Revolution. The proximity of the Caribbean to the United States and the Panama Canal made the region strategically vital during the Cold War. The Cuban Revolution of 1959, led by Fidel Castro, had a seismic impact on the geopolitical landscape. Cuba's alignment with the Soviet Union heightened tensions in the region, leading to the Cuban Missile Crisis in 1962 and putting the Caribbean at the center of global nuclear brinkmanship. Proxy wars and Caribbean conflicts. Several Caribbean nations became pawns in the Cold War's global chessboard, with both superpowers vying for influence. In places like Grenada and Nicaragua, ideological struggles played out through proxy wars and local conflicts. The U.S. invasion of Grenada in 1983, ostensibly to counter a perceived Soviet threat, underscored the region's vulnerability to external interventions. Independence movements and nationalism. Amid the Cold War power struggle, many Caribbean nations sought to break free from colonial legacies and assert their independence. The 1960s and 1970s witnessed a surge in nationalist movements, with countries like Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, and Barbados gaining independence. The desire for self-determination often intersected with Cold War dynamics as nations navigated the challenges of forging their identities on the global stage. Economic challenges and dependence. The Caribbean's economic fortunes were intricately tied to the Cold War, as both superpowers sought to cultivate alliances for strategic purposes. The region's reliance on sugar, bananas, and tourism made it susceptible to external pressures. Economic aid and development programs often came with political strings attached, leading to complex relationships that influenced the domestic policies of Caribbean nations. Cultural diplomacy and soft power. Cultural exchanges and diplomacy emerged as tools for ideological influence during the Cold War. Both superpowers sought to export their cultures and ideologies to the Caribbean through educational programs, media, and cultural exchanges. The impact of these soft power initiatives can still be seen in the Caribbean's political, educational, and cultural landscape. Legacy of Cold War dynamics. The end of the Cold War brought new challenges and opportunities to the Caribbean. The dissolution of the Soviet Union led to shifts in global power dynamics, and Caribbean nations faced the task of navigating the post-Cold War era. Economic globalization, climate change, and ongoing struggles for social justice have since shaped the region. But the legacy of Cold War dynamics remains embedded in political institutions, regional alliances, and societal structures. Conclusion. The Caribbean's role in the Cold War was complex, marked by geopolitical maneuvering, struggles for independence, and the enduring impact of external influences. As the region continues to evolve, the echoes of its Cold War history can be seen in the political, economic, and cultural dynamics that shape the Caribbean today. The stories of resilience, independence, and regional identity forged during this era remain integral to understanding the Caribbean's place in the broader tapestry of Cold War history.